Hey YouTubers, Joe Buddy Platt, and today we're going to talk about a truly unique style of beer. We're going to talk about the Gose style of beer. Let's go over the numbers real quick. SRM is 3 to 9, IBUs are 10 to 15, ABV is 4.4 to 5.4%, so it's kind of on the session end of the scale. And we're going to serve this beer at 40 to 50 degrees. Now, what a Gose beer is a top fermented beer that contains at least 50% malted wheat. Also, what makes this beer unique is when it was created before the 1600s, it was originally open fermented, like a lot of the sour beers in Belgium. You remember we tried. Unlike the Belgian sour beers that still to this day are open fermented, the brewers of the Gose eventually create their own blend of yeast and lactobacillus and now do it in a more controlled environment. Another unique aspect to this beer is that it is seasoned with salt and coriander. In Germany, they got the salt from a local water supply high in sodium. If we were to produce this beer on our own or buy a domestic version of this beer, they get the saltiness from sea salt. Now, because of those additions, this beer does not fall under the German Reinheitsgebot or German beer laws. So technically, it's not considered beer in Germany, and thus I didn't add it in with the rest of the German beer styles. This beer, color-wise, comes in at straw to light amber in color. It pours hazy, and that's because the yeast. These beers are bottled condition. Medium to high on the carbonation. The alcohol's not detectable in this beer, and that kind of makes sense with the session beer level ABV. There's no hop, aroma, bitterness, or flavor in this beer, which is, again, kind of another unique aspect to it. As far as any malty notes, they're on the grainy side. What you will get, because of the unique fermentation, is kind of horsey, leathery, earthy notes, and that's similar to some of the open fermented Belgian beers we tried earlier. This beer ends up with a medium finish to it. Food-wise, we're going to pair this with queso fresca, Greek yogurt, and I even heard it's good with burger. Of course, beer and burgers kind of work together. The particular one we're going to try today is produced by Bayerischer Bahnhof Brewery. The brewery itself was built into one of the original rail yards in Germany, built in 1842. And today, there's the brewery and the rail yard. There's also a restaurant, gift shop, pub, kind of all in one stop. So let's give her a try. Wow, we get quite a bit of head on that beer. Yeah, a lot of head. Let's let her settle down a little bit. Let's give her a nose. Alright, I get a little of the coriander, which kind of produces a citrusy kind of deal. I do pick up a little bit of the malt. Yeah, there's definitely no hops in this one. We'll give it a try. Wow, that's a unique beer. It's sour, but in a kind of sweet lemonade sourish way. Not harsh, not puckering, but just enough. This is a very drinkable beer. Body-wise, goes down easy enough. I'm not going to say, though, it's watery, though. There is some viscosity to it. But light enough going. Certain amount of refreshment. The salt is slight. I'm going to say sour is more predominant than necessarily the salt. But just yeah, some salt in the aftertaste, but sour's gonna be predominant on this. I have seen versions of beer where they've added additional flavors. We've seen some of the sour beers where they would add like raspberry or something like that. That might be good with this, or adding a fruit component with the sourness. But this is still a very nice, drinkable beer. I can see this definitely being a sunny, late spring to Indian summer kind of beer. But overall, nice, unique. Something I'm going to, when I go to beer festivals, however, I will keep an eye out for. Try one of these just to throw in the mix. Also, this is a style I would tell your friends that aren't craft beer drinkers, however. This is a beer I think you could get those people to try, unlike, barley wine, double IPA, stuff like that. This is a beer approachable enough where even not the non-craft beer drinker, I think, would give her a try. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe down below. Any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section, or you can always contact me on the Twitter page. Well, until next time, bottoms up.